much boring, much more boring. Yeah, video games and computer games, because you're just getting this stack of, papers, and they're all one-liners, and you're never really talking with someone. But I mean, people get a kick out of them. I'm not a big gamer myself, but some of them are really good, like Hearthstone and World of Warcraft. They're really symphonic. They're like cinematic. They're really beautiful. And I'm not a big gamer, but I'm glad you guys are, if you are. Yes.
Hi, I'm Lily, and what I was wondering is, where do you find the voice for a new character? Does it just come to you naturally, or do you work on it?
Well, I do. I have a philosophy that if you do a perfect impression of somebody, that's good, because you can probably use that somewhere. And if you do a terrible impression of somebody that's really famous, and nobody even knows who it is, that's cool too, because that's a new character. Like Hondo Ohnaka, or if you're familiar with him from Star Wars, he's a cross between two cool old movie actors. And not that you'd be able to recognize, but I'll give it. See, anyway, this is how I do it. You come up with a new one, and I do impressions of relatives. Before I get to Hondo, I'll tell you that Chippendale's Rescue Rangers. You guys remember that show? I don't know if anybody remembers a guy named Spinelli, Lieutenant Spinelli. He was a second tier character, I guess you could say. But he was a guy that talked like this, and he was sort of a punch-drunk boxer. Well, that was my Aunt Grace, God rest her soul. And and my Uncle Sam, who was also passed away. He was a guy talking like this. James, how you doing? Still hurts to this day to do that. And that was my Uncle Sam. So you come up with characters like that. If you do perfect impressions of somebody that nobody knows, that's a new voice. If you do a terrible impression of somebody that everybody knows, that's a new voice. And so that's kind of how I blend it and put them together. Like Hondo Ohnaka is Yul Brynner, and God, I can't, not Charles Nelson Riley. Anyway, you put them together, and you get one favorite guy, Charles Bronson. Yes, I was thinking Spinelli, that threw me with Spinelli. But yeah, he's Charles Bronson and Yul Brynner put together. You would not think it, but you put them together and you think a bit, I can hear a little bit of this guy and some of that guy. And I don't know what accent that is, by the way. Everybody asks me, is that Cuban? No. Russian? No. Or yes. Thanks, I covered my tracks, right?
And if anybody else has one more question, the microphone is right there. Otherwise, Jim, how long have you been doing this? Because you've been doing these characters for quite some time.
Since I was 5. I've been a really annoying child.
So your mother was paying you. Your mother was paying you to sit in the corner.
Yeah, they were paying me to shut up back then, though. But it was, I started in 85, 84. And I started with radio commercials mostly. TV, radio commercials, TV commercials. Some promos back in San Diego and Orange County. And then I auditioned for Dumbo Circus. And it was great because they were doing 2 shows a week. It was on this brand new thing called Disney Channel. And we were doing 2 shows a week, and I auditioned for it. And I ended up getting the job. And it was pretty great because I was doing 2 shows. It was 8 hours out of the week. And I was earning like twice as much as I did working 50 hours at the Video Depot. So I said, in the midst of my genius, I said, I think I'll do this. See?
Good decision. Good decision.
I agree, yeah.
Instead of you overdue.
Yeah.
And we have another question.
Yes.
What's your best advice to give a starting voice actor?
I want you guys to
For an actor?
For a voice actor?
For a voice actor? Well, remember that you're acting. You're not doing a voice. I mean, you're doing a voice. That's just you're an actor, and that's when that character talks. That's how he sounds or she sounds. People think, well, you got to do the voice, this and that. And a lot of people do impressions of things, but they couldn't act wet if you threw them in the pool. So you know, it's an acting job first, that's for sure. And you know, when I was a kid, like I say, I was besides being really annoying, I would, you know, when I was like 10 or 12, I didn't want to be the little prince. I wanted to be the ogre who lived in a cave, or the weasel who lived under the bridge or something, you know. And I was inadvertently, unknowingly, kind of prepping for what I would do later. And then, you know, you just mix all that up and make your demo tape and go out there and go get them. They weren't waiting on me when I showed up, that's for sure. Thank you. Good luck. Break a lip. All right.
No warm-up exercises, fa-la-las, do-re-mis?
Yeah, well, you know, I sing. I never smoked a cigarette in my whole life. So
Good for you.
So
Good
that's,
for you.
You know, and it's
Bad
I
for
think
me,
it's
but
come
good
from
for
being
you.
a singer, yeah. But, you know, you just take care of yourself. It's an instrument, you know, and it's one that doesn't really wear out if you treat yourself right. So, no problem.
So you got more things in the works coming up?
Oh, there's always something coming up. One of them, two of them, they don't have a name for. How about that? You'll really put a big plug for that. But Mickey Mouse Funhouse is coming up. We're working on that, and a whole mess of new Curious Georges. And let's see, did Shark Week a few weeks ago. I'm the Shark
Like
Week
if they
guy.
have like one
Here we see
skeleton
Felipe
passes away,
diving into the water with a tiger shark.
they do like a biopic.
He's
I
freaking
want
nuts
him to be
alive,
outside.
you know. That's
Or he
me.
could do outside. That would be awesome.
And you know, somebody's got to do it. Things are slow right now. This is weird, right?
Oh, yeah.
Let's get back
Yeah,
to
when he's
normal,
back in
I
the
say.
skip, you guys gotta come on so I can so you
Do
can
you-
get what he said.
I'm assuming that you have the mic and recording equipment in your home, that you
Oh,
can
yeah.
record there and pop the audio out.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But I still like going in because you feel like, you know, I have a blue collar approach to a no collar career. I just like going to work, you know.
Well, nice thing to fall into.
Not too early.
Nice gig to fall into, I think.
Yeah, not bad.
Anybody else have one more question for Jim?
If not, no problem. Well, thanks, folks. God bless each and every one of you. Take care of each other. And thanks for inviting me out to play. I know that, dude. I love you right back. Yay! Thank you. God bless. Thank you, my friend.
And Jim, folks can see you in your booth. You're 2 or 3 rows back.
Yeah, I'm a couple rows down, or whatever.
Yep, yep,
Anyway, I'll be over there. I'll be the one that looks like me.
Oh, Jim, here comes JD.
But wait, there's more. Now, how much would you pay?
Ladies and gentlemen, Big Lick Entertainment and the Big Lick Comicon, all is courtesy and of the planning and of the work of this man, JD Sutphin, ladies and gentlemen. JD, what you got?
This is cool, right? I mean, I gotta say, I didn't know if this was like possible even just, 4 or 5 months ago, and I gotta say that it was amazing whenever I'd be out like with my wife and my kid, we'd be just